What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Pegasus here, bringing back to you guys in Outriders, and today we're taking an all-new look at the build known as the Shattering Monarch. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so my armor is going to be as followed. For my primary weapon, I'm using an assault rifle with ultimate freezing bullets, and I'm also using Dark Sacrifice. For my secondary weapon, I'm using an automatic shotgun with Shadow Comet and Claymore Turret. For the pistol, I'm using a typical purple revolver with Moaning Winds and Clip Roller. Then for my armor set, I'm using, on the headgear, I'm using the Mitigation from Death and then Bloodlust. On the chest piece, I'm using Icicle Storm plus Enthusiazer. I probably pronounced that wrong, but that's okay. For the set bonus that I have on this, I'm using increased damage on frozen enemies by 90%. Also, critical hit damage is increased by 10% for all party members for 8 seconds after applying Cold Snap. Then from there, for the pants, just a stand-up purple piece, I have Freezing Boost and Toxic Lead. And then for the handguards, I'm also using another part of the Borealis Monarch set with Shatter and Captain Hunter. And then from the footgear, I'm using Sharp Eye and Damage Absorber, which is also another piece of the Borealis Monarch set. Now, on to skills. For the skills that I'm using is Blighted Rounds, Cold Snap, and Fixing Wave. Now, on to class. For the class tree, I'm going top tree, as you can go about seeing here. You can go ahead and pause the video so that way you get a general idea of the tree itself. If you wanted to copy and paste it, by all means go right ahead. But this is the tree here. The top tree is going to apply into weapon damage, and that's what this build is going to be focused all around. But enough about that. Let's go ahead and get into the action. Alright, so we're playing on Time War Aspire on tier 15, so I'm going to go over my general thoughts of this build, pros, as well as the overall rotation. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So this build is heavily focused around base weapon damage, focusing mainly around single target base output damage at the end of the day. It's a lot of fun, it's really nice, it's really fast, really efficient, really great for being able to speedrun, and overall it's just downright amazing. Basically the way the build ends up working is that you want to go about triggering your Blighted Rounds and then utilizing your assault rifle to be able to just mow everything down. As long as you focus on your single base target, whether it's an elite, an ad, a boss, whatever the case might be, they'll instantly get frozen from ultimate freezing bullets, and then you'll be able to do 90% increased damage output. Then you're also applying toxic, which is going to apply more damage output. You're also using Blighted Rounds, which applies more damage output. You're also getting the base value damage output of your weapon damage that applies from your gun. And then from there, you're aiming for crit spots, which is also going to apply more damage output. So all in all, you're just getting an insane amount of damage that keeps consistently stacking on one another, and it synergizes really well with the overall fit and feel of the build. It works really well. It's a pretty simplistic build at the end of the day. Literally, you just point and shoot, and from there, everything just dies around you. If you want a little bit of AoE as well when it comes to this build, just proc your Cold Snap ability. It will end up freezing everything in the area, and then when you end up killing that set frozen target or a frozen target that happens to be in that surrounding area, it will create an Icicle Storm, which will then shatter everything around it, creating massive amounts of AoE damage and pretty much clearing out an entire wave of enemies within the course of one death, which is really nice. Great for wave clears, great for dealing with multiple ads that happen to be on top of you, great for being able to get full control of the map and how you kind of want to play and how you want it to play out. So it works out really well in that regard. I ended up taking Fixing Wave. I know it's a little weird. I ended up going Fixing Wave was just because of the fact that honestly I was losing a lot more DPS taking the time to go through that stupid animation to throw out your turret. When you end up throwing out your turret, what happens is that it takes about 2 to 3 seconds to be able to throw it out. It has to spawn up, it has to hit the target. But by the time all that happened, I killed the target by then, and it doesn't matter. So I just went with Fixing Wave, so that way if anything happens to get the better of me, or if I just need a quick heal, or if I was playing in groups and my group needed a quick heal, I can proc that, and no harm, no foul, and I'm good to go. It just seems really nice because it didn't have an animation tied into it. It had pretty much no limitation in regards to range, so if I was playing in groups, I can kill them anywhere on the map. And on top of that, it's a good quick fix button at the end of the day. So if you happen to get in a bind, you could proc it, not worry about anything. So it works out nice. It has saved my life a couple times, and honestly, it's really nice to know that I have it and I don't have to waste on any downtime on like using different turrets and going through the animations and so on and so forth. So it works really nice at the end of the day. The two weapons I ended up using, other than the assault rifle, I do use the shotgun. Reason being for that is because if I do end up running on rounds on my assault rifle, because I have Dark Sacrifice on and because I don't have blighted rounds active anymore, I'm slowly dying due to Dark Sacrifice. So you actually want to swap to your shotgun if you do lose rounds. Once you end up swapping to your shotgun, that gives you the ability to apply single target and AoE damage just fine because of the mods you have tied onto it, and you don't really have to worry about dying from Dark Sacrifice while you're waiting for your blighted rounds to come back off cooldown. From there, I also have clip roll on the pistol plus moaning winds, so I fire 3 shots off and I roll. When I roll, it will instantly proc moaning winds and it will instantly reload all my guns, so I don't have to worry about any downtime of going through animations in regards to reloads or anything along those lines. You won't really use your pistol or your secondary that often, but in large groups, like if you're stacked with 3 people, or if you just end up screwing up because you're not paying attention and you end up putting your blighted rounds on cooldown, it's nice to have the ability to be like, hey, I'm not kind of shit out of luck, I can still use this and I'm still okay. So I don't really have to worry about that in that regard. Of course, it's less damage output, it's less healing, it's less AoE, but at the end of the day, it still works in your favor because you're not getting killed from Dark Sacrifice, and you're also not really losing out on all that much, which is really nice. Plus, when you swap back to your assault rifle, you can instantly proc blighted rounds, you have full rounds again, you have increased damage, increased healing, and so on and so forth, and you just start up the rotation again. So it works out pretty nice. You also have complete control of the map too, which is really cool because not only are you freezing targets on hit, but with Cold Snap you can freeze everyone in an AoE format, so you really actually don't have to worry about people ganging up on you or overrunning you or jumping on you and you end up getting staggered, because they'll just freeze midair because it's pretty much almost an instant cast. So from there you can control the whole map and how everything plays out. So it's super fun, and it's also a really good time to be able to burst down bosses, elites. Like honestly, they're not even a challenge. You just look at them, click, and they're pretty much dead. It's a really good time. It's a lot of fun. I really don't ever run out of ammo. It works out really well. It's really good for soloing and just being able to speed run through a lot of different tiers to be able to get up in tier level, or just to be able to finish up expeditions that you couldn't normally do by yourself, or just being able to farm up for different legendaries or different armor pieces and so on and so forth. It's a good time all around, and it's a lot of fun. It also works really well in groups too, because you're also getting the benefits of the heal, the toxin, the cold snap. It all works with your group, so it's really nice at the end of the day. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys have any questions or concerns, just let me know right down below in the comment section, and then from there, if you haven't already, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys real soon. Later.